Now it's time to focus on the bottom 4 rows of our spreadsheet here, where we're going to find the total, highest, lowest, and average. We did a little bit of this module 1, so this should hopefully be pretty easy for you. Put your mouse in cell C18, and we are going to select the range C18 through H18, and we're going to add all of those up. Once you have that range selected, click that auto sum button up on the top. We do not need the hourly pay rate, since that is unique to each individual, and it really wouldn't make any sense to add how much money each person's making per hour. But we do want to total the gross pay and the gross sales, so we're going to follow a similar step here where we highlight J18 through K18, and once again, click that auto sum button. On to the highest. I'm going to show you 3 different ways that we can kind of enter formulas. The first one is going to be using the function button up on the top. So put your mouse in C19. That is where we want to find the max for the range C6 down to C17. Once you have your mouse in cell C19, click the function button up in the top. Then you're going to see an option to enter in some functions. This should be the most recently used. And in here, we're going to use the max. Click OK, and then it's going to ask us, all right, what do we want to know the maximum of? And in this case, we want to know the total or the highest service amount hours for each of our employees. So that comes from the range C6 down to C17. We're not going to include the total row, which is 18. And then once you have that, you can click OK. For our lowest, we are just going to put our mouse in cell C20. And like we did in Module 1, we're going to use the auto sum button. And again, we're going to select the minimum. Now, as a reminder, Excel will automatically select all the cells directly above it. We do not want to include the total, and we do not want to include the highest. We are just looking for the lowest amongst all our employees. So again, I think the easiest way is just to use that white plus sign to reselect the range C6 through C17. You could always type that in or kind of grab this blue dot here, which I'm not a big fan of. Again, I like to just kind of highlight down. I think that's the easiest thing to do. Okay, and then for the average, we're going to use the keyboard for that, so we can type in equals AVER, and once we see average on there, we can either hit tab or double click on it, and we want that same range for Alice all the way down to Natalie, which again is C6 to C17. Close the parentheses on that by doing Shift 0, hit enter. Verify that these total numbers match here on your screen. And if those numbers match up, you can select C19 to C21, grab that fill handle in the bottom right hand corner of that green dot, and we are going to fill this over to column K. The only blank cell should be in column I18. As long as your numbers match up, you are good to move on to the next video.